Welcome to the Raleigh Board of Selectmen meeting of November 10th, 2014. And just as a reminder, this meeting is being audio and video recorded digitally. I'll call the meeting to order. And Joe, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Yes, sir.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Joe. The chairman doesn't have any comments tonight. And citizens' query will be from 7:05 to 7:15. We have two appointments tonight. One at 7:15 is a joint meeting and public hearing. Joint meeting with the Board of Assessors for a tax classification hearing. The second joint meeting is at 7:30, and it's a joint meeting with the Board of Library Trustees to fill a vacancy on the Board of Library Trustees and to discuss opening with George Gallant. We're down to general business number 1. And it's a request from Pine Grove School PTA to hang a banner on the town common backstop on the Pine Grove School Annual Crafts Fair.
Give you the motion, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. General business item number 2, review zoning board of appeal application from Gregory Maffei for special permit for the change of a non-conforming use. Okay, it's a zoning board of appeals. And there will be a public hearing held at the Town Hall Annex, 29 Central Street on Thursday, November 20th at 2014 at 8:15 to act on an application received October 20th, 2014 from Gregory Maffei, 89 Turnpike Road, Ipswich, Mass. Application is requesting a special permit from the Board of Appeals for change of a non-conforming use under Section 5.2 of the Raleigh zoning bylaws. Property is located at 383 Main Street, Raleigh, Mass. The property is in the outlying district and is shown on Assessors Map 27, Lot 57. At the public hearing, members of the public may ask questions and present evidence that supports either the approval or denial of this petition. So, is there any discussion?
I have nothing I have, Mr. Chairman.
The application is there.
Anything here from the building inspector?
Yeah, it's actually not ours, Bob. We're just supposed to comment on it. Evidently,
Yeah, I think that's one of those automatically the building inspector turns over because it's a,
ZBA.
there was other commercial uses there
Okay.
before and it's just
Yeah.
changing from
Okay.
what it was to
I don't know if you remember, there was a kind of a nursery school there.
nursing school.
With-
Alden Rowing was there.
The old
No, that's what it is, Bob.
Yeah, Raleigh. So-
Raleigh Printing Company, the old
Yeah.
Raleigh Printing
Oh,
Company
okay.
building.
So the nursing school has gone out?
Evidently, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
It's always been business since.
Yeah. Right.
so, is there any comment that we want to make to the zoning board of appeals? I don't see anything that's
No, it seems pretty cut and dry.
pretty much so, yes. It's basically, I think, the section that's used to be the old Raleigh printing office.
Yeah, it's that one level going into a garage and might be an apartment or something above it.
There's 2 apartments above it, I believe. So,
All your butters are notified here too.
okay.
Okay.
So we have no comment to make other than let the zoning board of appeals do their job. Okay. The general business number 3, announcement from Water Superintendent Mary Beth Weisner that the town water ban has been lifted. Superintendent Weisner has informed the board that during the November 4th, 2014 Board of Water Commissioners meeting, the board lifted the town's water ban. Is there any discussion or comments about the water ban?
I didn't notice that have the signs come down?
They mentioned that the other night at the water board meeting, they were gonna take them down.
I haven't seen them out there, Bob, so.
Okay.
It's based on the water levels in the Parker River.
Yeah.
They're high enough for a certain amount of time. They can lift it up.
Okay, we're down to old business, number 1. And it's Town Hall Window Project Contract Award. Town Hall second floor window replacement project number 2. And it's 7 bids were received in response to the invitation for bids for the Town Hall second floor window replacement project. The bid documents required bidders to have excluded and executed and satisfactorily completed a minimum of 3 contracts similar in size and scope to this project within the past 3 years. Bidders were required to submit a complete list of contractors they have executed in the past 3 years. The 2 lowest bidders each submitted a lengthy list of contracts they have executed for the past 3 years. However, these contracts were not similar in size and scope, meaning that they were not for window replacement projects. The 3rd lowest bidder, A.J. Wood Construction, does meet the requirements in the bid documents and all references have been checked. I have determined that A.J. Wood Construction, Inc. is the lowest responsible, demonstratedly possessing the skill, ability, integrity necessary to faithfully perform the work called for in the agreement based upon a determination of competent workmanship and financial soundness, and eligible, able to meet all requirements for bidders set forth in the bid documents. I contacted the Attorney General's office for guidance in making this determination based on the extensive reference checks that were conducted on the 2 lowest bidders. I therefore make a recommendation that you award the Town Hall window replacement project to A.J. Wood Construction, Inc. in the amount of $4,230 per window. The project budget is set at $60,000 for up to 13 windows, and the bid comes in under budget. So, is there any questions or comments?
This is the same outfit, I believe, that did the other windows, is that correct?
That's correct. They did the 10 windows, the 5 in front and the 5 in back, the larger windows. This contract is basically for the double hungs that are on the ends of the building on the 2nd floor,
And some on the first floor, right?
and some on the 1st floor, yeah.
No, they did a good job up there. I went up a couple of times when they were working, and they seemed to be very efficient and did a nice job, so.
Okay, so.
I move we award the Town Hall window replacement project to A.J. Wood Construction.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Can we get this done in 3 minutes?
Yeah. Keep on rolling.
Girl Scout land purchase update. Okay. Debbie has been working with Judy, and that's Judy Pickett, on the purchase and sales agreement for the Girl Scouts property. Judy is recommending that we do a 21E site assessment. Debbie has contacted 2 companies to get price estimates for a level 1 site assessment on the property. She is seeking authorization from the board to proceed with the site assessment.
Mr. Chairman, this is one more step in the process of acquiring the camp that we really need to do, and upon the town attorney's recommendation, I would make a motion that we authorize the board to proceed with the site assessment.
I'll second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. So, and actually, the next item would be minutes. Has everybody had a chance to look at the August 25th, 2014 minutes?
Yes.
I have.
Okay. Is there any questions, errors, or omissions?
Just gotta check. I read them. I was here, I want to make sure.
Yes, you were.
Okay.
You were here as clerk.
I move we
Oh,
accept
yes,
the
yes,
minutes.
yes. Okay.
You can't do that for another minute.
Sorry about that. I'll discuss the minutes.
So you just want to discuss them, right?
Right.
Okay.
Give me a motion, Mr. Chairman. To accept the minutes.
I'm trying to drag my feet to get to the 7:15. So we don't sit here like bumps on a log.
We can think about it
We can have
for
the
a second.
assessors tell us how much they're gonna lower our taxes. That would be really appreciated.
Great.
Just wanted to make sure all the pages were here, that's all. Okay. So we do have a motion. Motion has been made and seconded.
I gave you a slow motion.
A slow motion, that's what we need. So hearing no discussion, all those in favor of the August 25th, 2014 minutes signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? The minutes are accepted. Okay. The time being 7:15, we have a joint meeting with the Board of Assessors. Okay, 7:15, also the citizens' query is closed. And we have a joint meeting with the Board of Assessors for a tax classification hearing. Okay. The chairman calls the joint meeting with the Board of Assessors to order by calling for a motion to open the joint meeting by a roll call vote.
Give me that motion, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded to open the joint meeting with the Board of Assessors and the Selectmen by roll call vote.
Jack Cook.
Aye, Robert Snow.
Hi, Robert Mary.
Aye, Joe Perry.
Hi, Dave Peterson.
Hi, Bill Demento.
Hi, Diane D'Angeli.
Okay, the meeting is open. Chairman reads the tax classification hearing notice into the record. Town of Raleigh Board of Selectmen, tax classification hearing. Notice is hereby given that the Raleigh Board of Selectmen and Raleigh Board of Assessors shall meet jointly on Monday, November 10th, 2014, at 7:15 p.m. at the Town Hall, 139 Main Street, Route 1A, Raleigh, Mass., to determine what tax classification rates there shall be for residential, open space, commercial, industrial, and personal property for fiscal year 2015. All town residents are invited to attend this hearing. Raleigh Board of Selectmen, G. Robert Murray, Chairman. Okay, once the joint meeting is open, which I declare it open at this time, the chair calls for a motion to open the tax classification hearing by a roll call vote.
I'll give you the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Second. Oh,
Motion made and seconded to open the classification hearing by roll call vote. All those in favor?
Aye, Jack Cook.
aye, Robert Snow.
Aye, Robert Mary.
Aye, Joe Perry.
Hi, Dave Peterson.
Hi, Bill Demento.
Hi, Diane D'Angeli.
Chairman states that the notice for this public hearing was published in the October 31st, 2014 edition of the Daily News. Chairman calls upon the Board of Assessors to make a presentation on the classification of tax rates and a recommendation for fiscal year 2015.
Okay. Pleasure to be here this evening on behalf of the Board of Assessors with the Board of Selectmen.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
To bring you up to speed on the classification of the town. I'll start with the good news. The good news is that the tax rate looks like it will go down from $14.74 per $1,000 valuation to $14.24 per $1,000 valuation. The bad news is that we will see approximately a 7.2% increase in the single-family tax increase. The single-family assessed value, average single-family assessed value for FY 2015 is about $398,000, up a little bit from $370,000 a year ago. The new growth for this coming year looks to be $28.5 million. The downside to that $28.5 million is that it's made up by about 98% of residential new growth. Very, very little industrial, commercial property growth in the town. The second page of the handout that Sean put together shows you the current flat rate schedule at an average residential tax bill of $5,600 for FY 2014. If we were to shift the tax rate, put part of the burden, 5, 10, 15, 25% onto the commercial sector, he's done a nice job of showing what the residential savings would be versus the commercial and industrial increase. Right now, the commercial industrial property makes up 13.79% of the town's property breakdowns versus 86.21% residential and open space. So unless the Board of Selectmen have any other questions, the Board of Assessors has discussed this and would like to recommend that we stay with a flat tax rate again for FY 2015.
Is there any questions or comments by the board?
No, I think it's a good idea if we do that, just to, I don't want to chase any commercial property out of town. And hopefully, as the economy's improving, we'll have some new commercial property coming in here or there or somewhere. There seems to be a few places out on Route 1 that at least are being developed on a smaller scale, but take all we can get. So
Right.
it is what it is, and I think we need to keep it at the same one rate.
$28 million in new growth obviously will be quite an impact on the town's services, where 98% of it reflects residential. So from our perspective, our recommendation is to stick with a flat rate for now and continue to promote the commercial and light industrial activity that we have in the corridors that we have designated.
I have to agree with Selectman Peterson. We really don't want to hurt the commercial and industrial customers in our community here. If we can keep them going, I think we can keep the community going. So,
Be nice to attract more commercial growth in the town, and I think by having a flat rate, we do that.
Well, it certainly does. When you look at some of the split rates in other towns surrounding, it's pretty significant savings for commercial business.
yeah.
That is quite an assessment, raise in the assessments from fiscal year 14 to 15.
Yeah, it's, on a single family, it's 7.3%. Condos, about 9%. And that's using 2013 sales. 2014 is even higher.
Really, wow.
As much as we all hate to see prices go up, that's what's going on, and I think we can all agree that Rowley is a wonderful place to live.
Of the $28 million in growth, $20 million of it are the 52 new condos.
Most of those are
36 at
don't
the
have
country
children.
club.
There's not too many children in those
No.
condos, so that's a benefit.
College students, the country club. They all moved back home.
It was a great community to live in, and the nice
They
mix.
did.
We have a pretty good mix of commercial, and the commercial area on Route 1 and other places is attractive in nature, and so I think I think we're on the right path.
Okay. Selectmen all through there, making their comments? Okay, once members of both boards discuss the classification and recommendation from the Board of Selectmen, the chairman asks if any of the audience members have any questions. And if you do, would you please state clearly your name and address? Hearing no comments from the audience, I will call for a motion to close the public hearing by roll call vote.
I'll give you the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor of closing the public hearing signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, Robert Mary.
Aye, Robert Snow.
Hi, Jack Cook.
Aye, Joe Perry.
Hi, Dave Peterson.
I built a mentor.
I, Diane D'Angelo.
Okay. Once the hearing is closed, and I declare it closed by vote, Chairman Murray calls for a motion on the determination of classification rates for residential, open space, commercial, industrial, and personal property for fiscal year 15 by a roll call vote.
I'll give it that motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to vote the rates by roll call vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Hi, Jack Cook.
Aye, Robert Snow.
Aye, Robert Murray.
Aye, Joe Perry.
Hi, Dave Peterson.
I built a mentor.
I, Diane D'Angelo.
Thank you. After the vote is taken, Chairman Murray calls for a motion to adjourn the joint meeting of the Board of Selectmen and the Board of Assessors by a roll call vote.
Make that motion. Up, second.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn the meeting by roll call vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Hi, Jack Cook.
Aye, Robert Snow.
Aye, Robert Murray.
Aye, Joe Perry.
Hi, Dave Peterson.
I built a mentor.
I, Diane D'Angelo.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's how I like to.
Does the board have a minute for me to just give you a quick update on the dock project?
About four.
Huh?
About four.
Yep.
About 4 minutes? Yeah, I could do it in about 2. While you're signing up, I'll give you a chance to sign up first.
There's just one copy, right, Sean?
Yes, I'll make copies.
Just one thing, Bill, as I said in the past, it's a pleasure doing business with the assessor's office in terms of the staff you have, Sean and his administrative assistant, or whatever her title is. They're a pleasure to do business with. Anytime people go in there, I hear nothing but good things. So, other than they don't want to pay their taxes, it's I charge them, but do a nice job. So.
But that's the treasurer's issue.
Nice of you to say.
Oh, okay.
Collecting the tax part, it's the treasurer's issue.
They send them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We continue to have great reviews and rave reviews for Sean. And soon to probably do our first for Colleen, but
Yeah,
she's new on board.
she's wonderful.
Sean continues to do a great job for the town, absolutely.
You want that back, right?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
You couldn't have said better words, Bill, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, he really does. He reflects
Yeah.
well on this whole office as well as taking care of the taxpayers. I never hear an award. I hear awards about value.
Coming back the other way, but I've had occasion to have request information from Sean, and it's always been right there, spot on, every time. Yep. Yep. So, docs.
Docs, just wanted to give you a quick update, if you don't mind. I've been doing some homework and getting ready to put the specs together, and Deb's been gracious about helping me put together the paperwork to go out for the bids. Been looking at surfaces, and you're all familiar with what they call correct deck. This is actually stuff called AZEC. This is all plastic. This is a wood composite with polyethylene. And this is a plastic decking. There's one other decking that I've looked at is a ferrous concrete. Absolutely a Cadillac, but the downside to the concrete is the cost. and weight have to use much higher flotation, which would create problems down at the landing because our average boats aren't all that big. The next best thing would be something along this from an aesthetic standpoint. It looks really nice. This is the plastic decking. It's been around for a while. They put it together with aluminum frame and the plastic sponsons underneath it. The downside here is that it's really not that stable as would be the heavier concrete or wooden docks. The same size plastic aluminum dock as opposed to the wood docks are not nearly as stable. They're actually quite unstable when you have a few people standing on them. So we've pretty much ruled this out, and it is more expensive. Looks nice, but found out that Rockport used it, and some people drop things like anchors and even engine blocks, and it can go through, and it does go through. It causes damage which needs to be repaired. We've never had that with the wood docks. So we're coming down to either normal pressure-treated wood, which is about half the money of the plastic or correct style decking. The downside to the wood is it weathers, it chips, it splinters. It's lasted for a long time, but it is maintenance. This stuff here will last a lot longer, about twice as long. It is twice the cost, but I think we're going to be in pretty good shape by what I'm seeing on some of the rough estimates on a per square foot basis. But I just wanted to show this to you. There's correct deck and there's this other type of deck. The concern with the correct deck on our type of docks that I have and others will have, it's very slippery when it gets wet, and an incline will be even worse. So we're probably going to move away from that, and we will look for a non-skid surface. That's one that's available out there. There are others.
Oh, yeah.
So as we put together the final specs, I just wanted to give you a quick update on where we're at. Where it's coming down to is we'll use the rotomolded polyethylene foam-filled shells, which is the modern flotation, and it's all approved by DEP and Fish and Wildlife. And it'll be a 2x8 pressure-treated frame construction like we've used for many, many years. It's proven, tried, and blue. And the top deck will likely be something along this lines here in all heavy-duty galvanized iron. So making good progress. The numbers look like we're going to be pretty much spot on. And again, always open to suggestions if people have them. I've had a few people call in as a result of the way we listed the article at town meeting. I had an architect that's also offered his services to work with us. So all good.
Should be able to replace all the docks?
All but there are 3 docks, the patrol boat, the pump-out boat, and the shellfish. Those are newer docks. They have plastic flotation. It's only 12-inch flotation. I am going to bring it up to 16. It sits pretty low right now with 12, and when you get a few people on the docks, I'm concerned it'll be too low, especially on the newer docks. So we're going to up it to 16 inches of flotation. And those docks will change the flotation, but we won't change the superstructure. Everything else gets replaced.
Good, excellent.
Very good.
And the gangway going down to the patrol docks will be a 4-foot wide by 21-foot aluminum that will be put out to bid. There are actually some dock manufacturers that also fabricate these aluminum ramps. Others bid it out, they farm it out.
Okay, great.
So, okay.
Thank
So I'll
you.
be in touch with you shortly.
You got my
But-
email today. so-
Yes, I did. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank
All right,
you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Yep.
Okay. Time being 7:30. We have a joint meeting with the Board of Library Trustees to fill a vacancy on the Board of Library Trustees and to discuss opening with George Gallant.
Sit right up front, don't be shy.
Okay, so we have an opening on the Board of Trustees for the Public Library. Do you want to tell us what you want to do with that?
I understand you have a candidate?
I believe we do, yes. Have you folks, by any chance, had a meeting with him, or you haven't? Okay, okay. Okay, so we do have an opening on the Board of Library Trustees. There was a resignation, I think it was last week that we got that notice. And we have a a meeting, or actually a application here. It says November 5th, to the Board of Selectmen. I would like to be considered for the vacancy on the Library Board of Trustees. I have been a member of the Rowley Council on Aging since 2010 and have enjoyed working with and alongside other members of this fine community. Hopefully I can add my voice to the Library Board and help guide this great institution. I have enclosed a copy of my resume, even though has not been updated since 2007, as I am retired. Thank you for your consideration. George T. Gallant III. So there is a,
Mr. Chairman, you may want to open that joint meeting.
that would be a good idea, Deb. But I don't have any paperwork on that. Is there?
I will help you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we need to open a joint meeting with the Board of Library Trustees, and that would be by roll call vote, so I'll need a motion.
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded to open the joint meeting with the Board of Selectmen and Board of Library Trustees. All those in favor signify by saying aye with a roll call vote.
Hi, Jack Cook.
Aye, Robert Snow.
Aye, Robert Murray.
Hi, Joe Perry.
Hi, Dave Peterson.
I'm Michelle Ford. Josh.
Oh, hi, Josh Woodhull.
Hi, Janet Peabody.
Aye, John Manning.
Hi, Mark Berenger.
Hi, John McCallum.
Okay, I think we got everybody. So the meeting is open. So now we can have a discussion.
So, Mr. Chairman, if the selectmen would like to ask Mr. Gallant to come forward.
Sure.
There's a chair in the first row, and ask him some general questions about why he would be interested, and if he is already a sworn town official, so he's already presumably taken the online state ethics test. But it would be
Right?
really some general questions if he's available, and then I think the trustees probably have some more detailed questions to ask him. But this is to serve an opening on an elected board until the May 12th, 2015 annual town election.
Town meeting. You're aware of that, George,
Yes.
right? Yeah, okay. So,
My main objective is just to help out. If, anything I can do that get us through until the election, and I don't know exactly what everything entails. I'm willing to jump through a few hoops to help out.
what made you decide to try to do this? I mean, you're already on the
Yeah, I'm on
council.
the Council on Aging, and I have a good time there, and like I said, I'm retired. Between that, and I go visit at Seaview Nursing Home. I volunteer calling bingo on Sunday mornings. They all enjoy that, and I have an uncle over there, and he's not doing too good, but I get more time available to myself and working around the house, and thought I'd throw it out there and help out somewhere else.
Oh, we certainly appreciate you stepping forward. Thank you.
How'd you hear that? Joan Lyons.
If I could offer a comment, that being a former member of the Board of Trustees, that you'll find it a wonderful group to work with. They're a good organization, and that they do a lot of good work for the library.
Is anybody else
George,
gonna-
when this short term is up and
Mhm.
the position becomes open for election, would you be interested in running for election? Have you considered that, or?
I've thought of it, but I would like to get a little bit of information on the,
Yeah, so to be
on some
determined.
ground. Yeah, exactly.
That's fine.
Get a little-
That's
get a
good.
little- I'm not opposed to it, I just like to get a little ground on it.
Sure.
Sure.
This is a good way to give it a test.
Yeah.
Get to see it a little bit.
Do you have any questions for us before we start peppering you? We're not gonna do that.
I looked up on the information, and one meeting per month, the third Tuesday. As far as that goes, I'm fine. Any time's good for me, and I don't know. I suppose that just throw my hat in the ring and find out what's going on and see where it goes and see what's needed. And hopefully,
Yeah, I'd say that, I've been a trustee, I was a trustee before and took a hiatus for about 10 years and I came back. I came back, and I think, Mark, same thing. You were a trustee for a while and you've come back.
Right.
I don't know about the others, but there's, people have done that. They haven't scared everybody off into the night in the past. A few people have, but it's a nice way to find out what's going on with the new library that's 10 years old. I guess I
Still
must be a townie now because I'm talking about the new library, but with that structure, it's really kind of evolved into what the vision we had way back when is. It's a place where it's getting more and more use. We've increased the hours. We've increased the budget nicely from the $88,000 a year annually when I was the first trustee. It's come along nicely. It's a chance to, as you said, you want to give back. You can put your hands on things that come up in interest. You can push along and volunteer for. And there's subcommittees too, which we all get assigned to areas of interest. So. It's a lot. Is as little or as much as you'd like to make of it, I guess is the best way to put it.
right.
I think George would be a good fit for the board because he has a lot of time over the Council on Aging, and we have a lot of people, a lot of seniors come over and use the library. And the library is, again, it's getting a lot of usage. I can't say enough about our library, and you could try to park at some other libraries. I've tried to, you can't, but this one, the access is great. And you go in there and, I tell people all the time, we have a great library, a great usage. And if you want to, all the time, I've done it a couple of times, well, more than a couple of times, but ordering books from other libraries in the consortium. And, George, I think you'd be a perfect fit.
Thank you.
From the Council on Aging and with the library trustees, and it's perfect for everyone here.
That was one of the reasons is, the seniors just, there's a small set of books at the Council on Aging that the seniors are always in there picking over, and it's just books aren't really that popular with the younger crowd because they can get them all online or Kindle. I'm a firm believer in hard copy. I'm not a Kindle reader. I like holding a book.
Works good until the battery goes down.
But there's books on CD you can get, and there's a lot of the seniors like to do that. Sit and listen to a book, which is
I know a few that a lot of trouble with their eyesight. And
Exactly.
They listen. Yeah.
And the consortium. There's so many books out there that you can listen on CD, I should say.
Formerly on tape.
Formerly on tape, yeah. Now on CD.
Formally on CD.
And formerly on CD. We're moving on to into the digital age here. So.
Is that download service have books? The music free now? No, just music.
I'll give you a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
Unless there's
are there any other
questions.
questions from the trustees?
Just wondered if you actually are a library user.
I've been in there several times. I am not a regular user. When I moved out, we lived in Salem, and I had a library card in Salem. I just never got one up here. I've been in there a few times, and whenever I'm looking for something for research or something, and but mostly I've just done things, black books or things like that there, but occasionally I do pass through because I think the building's great. I love it.
One of the things I do is I suggest to people, if you're going to take a trip somewhere,
Right.
go to the library, get a book on CD, and then take it with you on that trip. So I've done that a couple of times, and they have a great list of books to choose from. So
Okay.
that's a plug for me for the library.
Classic. It's a black mark.
Do we need to close the meeting, Deb, before we vote?
know you
No.
need a vote during the joint meeting, so I think
Can anyone move?
there may be a motion coming forward from a trustee.
Yeah, well, that'd be fine, yeah. We're all equal here at this point.
I move that we vote to approve to appoint George Gallant, new trustee at the Riley Public Library.
Okay, motion made and seconded. All those in favor with a roll call vote?
I, Michelle Ford.
Hi, Joshua Tuff.
Hi, Janet Peabody.
Hi, John Mann.
Hi, Mark Behringer.
Hi, John McCallum.
Hi, Jack Cook. Hi, Robert Snow.
Aye, Robert Murray.
Hi, Joe Perry.
Hi, Dave Peterson.
Any opposed?
Congratulations.
Hearing none.
Hi, George.
Motion passes.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank
Okay, now we need a motion to adjourn the joint meeting.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I can second that.
Second, same roll call vote?
In a second.
Hi, John Mann.
Hi, Mark Behringer.
Hi, John McCallum.
I, Michelle Ford.
Hi, Joshua Tuff.
Hi, Janet Peabody.
Hi, Jack Cook. Hi, Robert Snow.
Aye, Robert Murray.
Hi, Joe Perry.
Hi, Dave Peterson.
Meeting's adjourned. Congratulations,
Thank you.
George.
You have to be
Congratulations.
sworn by
George.
the town.
Thank you.
Sue's open, so you can just one.
Yeah, if you go in there now and get it out of the way, if you could.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Oh, no,
Good seeing you. Good seeing you, John, always. Thank you.
Good to see you again.
You better believe it. Thank you, George.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, George. Thank you.
Thanks, George.
And I will see you. I said quarter of 8, Bob, you got 1 minute to make the announcements.
Right on time. Could I, Mr. Chairman, can I say one thing when we're going to announcements? I just want to thank the COA last week for the Veterans Dinner. They put a great Veterans Dinner on. Dave, I'm trying to think of everybody who showed up.
Somebody said there was 40 people.
There were 40 people. I had to park down the street, and it was just a great dinner. And I can't thank the COA and everyone who put that dinner on. It's kind of nice. You get veterans from all the way back World War II, you know, and it was just amazing. We have a lady from who's in the English Balloon Corps.
Yep.
In outside London. I was, talking to her, and it just absolutely amazing story she was telling. But it was, Vietnam veterans, Korean War veterans, and we had the new veterans from Essex County, the Essex
Veterans agent.
veterans agent. Ryan Lennon, he came in and he spoke to all the veterans, and I think it's very important for, especially if you're a veteran out there and you need assistance. Ryan's going to come in and speak to us too, I believe, in the next couple of weeks. So again, it was just a great dinner, and it's always good to get together with the guys and sit there, and a lot of them got to talk to each other, and they haven't done that in a long time. And so, anyways, good job.
If I could add also that Representative Brad Hill
Yes.
attended the dinner.
And Joe worked on the dinner, passing out the dinner. Joe, thank you so much. That was great of you to do that.
Thank you.
Okay, so the next item on the agenda is announcements. And library events, landscapes. Oil painter Priscilla Seraphin. Work is on display during the months of October and November. And she does very good work over there. It's all hung up on the walls over at the library. So if you get a chance to go by, take a look at it. Household Hazardous Waste Collection Day, Saturday, November 22nd, 2014, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Rowley Highway Department. See town website for more information. The town has the following vacancies. Library trustee, which just got filled tonight, so we're all set with that one. Fence viewer, 3 positions. Wood, lumber, and bark inspector, and zoning board of appeals associate, 2 open seats. Historical commission, historic district commission, 3 seats. Parks and recreation committee, 2 seats. For more information on these positions, please contact the Selectmen's office at 948-2372. Rowley Food Pantry is in need of donations. The food pantry is open Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and Thursdays from 5:30 PM to 7 PM. That's it.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We are adjourned.